Hi guys, Jace here. Um, yeah, it was good. Interesting. Obviously, did not sleep again through the night, so that was super tough this morning. I decided to get out of bed and wait a couple of hours before I hit the gym with the lads, and it was quite a tricky exercise actually. So it was a lot of work on the legs and the arms, but the squats with weights obviously kicked in on the thighs by the time I got here. So sorry, I literally got back, showered from the gym, and then ended up um, deciding that I needed to get a couple of hours kip. I wanted a bit more, to be honest. I really didn't want to get up, but I didn't want to risk driving. It's a bit of a drive, and when you're a bit tired, it's just not worth it. But a couple of hours done it. To be honest, I felt fresh as a daisy as I left the gym actually, but I knew it would catch up on me. So yeah, by the time I got to the moors, on the way up, it was drizzling, to say the least. It was raining, and I was like, oh, here we go. And as soon as I got to the car park, went through Belstone, beautiful village in Dartmoor, and absolutely love that place, really nice. And then ended up, sorry, my hearing aid's popping out. Ended up, as soon as I stepped foot on the moors, it was just zero visibility. I mean, it's not the worst I've seen it, but it was pretty bad, and which I don't mind, to be honest, because I'm normally pretty good with the navigation. Now I did cock up, and it was a good slap in the face for me because I was being a bit cocky, maybe a bit arrogant, I suppose. I knew which direction to go in and all the rest of it. The thing is, what I'd done was I veered away from the path, and where Belstone Tor is and the adjacent tours going along, I forgot how rocky it is. So it was basically bouldering, and the issue with that is it's slow going. The rocks themselves were slippy as anything, so I'm glad I had my trekking poles because there was a few slips, and yeah, I certainly didn't want to slip off one of them and smack my head, that's for sure. But yeah, traversed along. Normally I'd sort of more or less go straight up, but traversing's always good. But it was just so slow going, and by the time I did an update earlier, which I sent out and posted, it disorientated me because the mist and everything else, and off I went, and as you're bouldering, you're sort of veering round, and I almost done a full circle, and luckily I twigged, and it's a schoolboy error that is. So yeah, looked at the map, obviously zero visibility, fired up the GPS, and got a bearing. But yeah, that stalled me for a bit of time, to be honest, and it was a bit worrying because I knew it was going to get dark soon. And obviously it's slow going because of my legs, but what it did, it infuriated me that I made that little error. And this is the great thing about doing things like this, because it hones those skills in for your navigation. And you've got to practice and practice and practice any skill, and it's repeat, 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 so you don't make these errors. I mean, that is a proper schoolboy error, and luckily I twigged what was happening, because you can't see around you. You can't see the hills, you can't see the tour. Sorry, you've got no markers to go to. It's just sheer mist. To top it off with the legs, to top it off, full on drizzle. It was hard going. You're sweating like mad. I mean, even when I stopped, I started shaking, and contemplated putting another layer on, which you should normally do. But you know, I set off and I knew I'd get warm again. But what it did was give me a kick up the arse. So suddenly the anger kicked in, and started to make progress. Knew where I was going, and everything else. So yeah, so thoroughly enjoyable. It is Baltic out there. It's mega dropped. I'm glad I'm not in the MSR tent because I feel that more. But currently, I don't know if you can see, they're not sodden, but they're a bit damp. Sometimes I would go in the sleeping bag with these or something like that, but With these, I'm just going to let them hang and put them back on tomorrow. Socks are up there. I might pull them into the sleeping bag, actually, the socks. I've got my hat there, and I might end up in my suite to dry out. But yeah, I mean, I've got the down sort of thermals on. The trousers are absolutely amazing. Took me a little while when I got out my tent boots to get my tootsies going. They started to feel it. But I've had my scran. I need to get more water actually, so I know where the rivers are around here, so in the morning I've probably got enough, maybe a breakfast, but definitely a coffee, so I'll probably have a coffee. I do know tomorrow I've got to get the electrolytes in me because I'm feeling it already, and they're cramping and stuff like that. It's just the lungs, you know, it's really taken out of me, and with COVID and everything else. So, and obviously my fitness has dropped, so that is vastly going to start improving. I've got to work on that, and you know, I don't like getting told I eat 2 donuts and all the rest of it, Steve. But yeah, so outside the tent, which is over here, I've got my cooker all ready to go in the morning, but I've also got my boots out there. At the far end is my Bergen, and plenty of space in this one. It's actually a 2-man tent, but you know, like a lot of people that do these sort of things, they quite like the extra space, to be honest. The MSR one I've got is a coffin, is what they call it, so it's very narrow and very sort of in your face, claustrophobic. Decent tent, but just a little bit too compact for my liking. But yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to really study my maps. I've got a rough idea of where I want to go, and the great thing is I've got Big Eddie. He's coming out. I can't remember what day he said, Saturday, and obviously we'll meet up. We'll probably have Sunny with him or whatever, and get some scran in us locally or something. But yeah, just the whole point, what I'm trying to get across to you guys is, I know you don't want to see me camping and go on about wild camping and this, that and the other, but you're going to be experiencing in Running Man something very similar. You know, it's not the same as this. This is a bit of luxury compared to what we're going to be doing. But navigation, you know, that's where it's just a little reminder to me how to work on it. And you know, there's other things, you know, I haven't done certain things for years, so obviously, you know, it'll be good to get back into the swing of it. I mean, for me, you know, I've got this interest. I want to do a bit of climbing. I certainly want to get into ice climbing. I've got literally what they call the ropes and everything else. So it's grassroots for me, really, because it's been so long. So and I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I like to get things right, and so that's one of the things I would like to get into. But you're all aware of that. Like I said, there's a lot of up and coming events, so my fitness has got to get up there, and I've just got to get my head straight on a lot of things, really. Do you know what I mean? It's been a funny couple of years, it really has. So a lottery win would be nice right now, definitely. But we all say that, don't we? But yeah, so hopefully, I mean, last time I was in this position, this particular camp spot, where I pitched a tent, it's where a lot of people didn't believe me, but it was some sort of animal tried to get my food bag, and but it was the gash bag that it could smell, the leftovers, and it wanted to investigate. But actually, I remember in a panic, because it woke me up because it hit a guy line, and I started effing and blinding, and the next minute I started to nod off again, and then I could hear it getting at the tent, and it actually put a tear in the tent, which I didn't see until the next day, and I was absolutely livid because it was the first time the MSR tent I'd been out with it. So that was just typical. They actually think it was a fox. You get a lot of foxes around this particular area. So yeah, let's see what tomorrow brings. I'd like to get some good miles in, see how I feel. I'm going to go to a different location that I've not been since God knows how long. Back in the day of the Marines, that is. So I want to head off near Standing Farm sort of area. And I think Standing Tor, and you've got Fur Tor and stuff like that. So I want to try and get down that way. Pitch up there. And then, I mean, it's not going to be a mega distant yomp. It's just getting into the swing of it again, getting my admin on the go, you know, my storage. I noticed, you know, before when I was doing stuff, I was a bit more refined, I was a bit more disciplined. So even like the stuff sacks were, believe it or not, well, if you knew me, I'm a bit OCD, so everything was more or less colour coded. So I knew what was in what bag. So I've got to get back into that. But anyway, thanks for watching, and you know, I'm hoping to get some more videos out talking about the kit and how we're going to use it. I'm hoping to get some video footage of some of the workouts that I do and stuff like that. The problem I have with that at the moment is when I'm in the gym, I'm with a couple of fellas and they do not want to be on camera. So it's going to be one of those times when I do it where there's no one about, and I'll just smash out a circuit and you can see what I'm doing. And hopefully by that time I would have lost a bit more and gained a lot more muscle, and got rid of a bit of the chunky monkey face going on. But yeah guys, thanks very much. I'm gonna put my audio book on, I think, and I'm absolutely shattered, so I'll probably fall asleep. I'm gonna put my audio book on that I got highly recommended about Everest, and it is actually really funny. So I got quite far into that, so obviously I didn't sleep last night, so I'm going to watch that, watch it, listen to that, and that'll probably make me tired. But anyway, take care, stay safe, and see you on the other side. Cheers guys, good night.